Thank you, Sean. Good afternoon, everyone. I just want to take a minute to thank Cecil and the Chamber of Commerce for sponsoring this great event and for including Modesto City Schools in the presentation, because we're very proud of our program offerings and our students. I'm extremely proud of the programs, pathways, and academies that Modesto City Schools has to offer our students. It's always a treat for me to visit our high school campuses and to talk with the students involved in these programs. Last month, I had the opportunity to visit a small engines class at Bayer, and I spoke to a student who is a senior, and so following graduation, he's going to move to Germany. This has all been arranged, and he's going to attend the BMW mechanics school. This student was focused, driven, well-spoken, and confident. I left that class, as I often do when visiting our students, just amazed. But these are the type of students that these academies and pathways are turning out. I'm so excited for you to hear about our programs, pathways, and academies from some of the people that know them the best, and that's our students. If you hear about a program today that you think could benefit from a partnership with our organization, or you think that your organization could benefit from a partnership with one of our programs, please contact me. We're always looking for partnerships because we believe collaboration is key. So thank you for supporting such an important event, and it's very worthwhile. And now it's my pleasure to introduce to you our Director of Alternative and Vocational Education, Mr. Mike Henderson.
Good afternoon and thank you. Our theme is preparing for tomorrow today, and Superintendent Abel has been actively engaged in our programs and has reinvigorated the discussion about building stronger partnerships to prepare our students for post-secondary options, whatever those may be. She's been expecting more of all of us, and we appreciate her leadership and support. While I'm here representing Modesto, let me quickly acknowledge my colleagues from Ceres to Turlock, Oakdale, Sonora, Patterson, and others in between for your outstanding programs and people to provide career tech opportunities to students in your communities. Under the umbrella of the Yosemite ROP, our combined 136 teachers taught 84 different types of courses in 15 different industry sectors, serving nearly 8,000 high school and adult students last year with relevant and exciting learning through career tech education. In Modesto City Schools specifically, we're responsible for educating nearly 30,000 students annually, about half of which are in high school. Last year, close to half of those took career tech ed courses, which take many forms such as career academies, pathways, ROP, or specialized programs that infuse occupational skills. Whether you're in education, business and industry, or simply a member of the community, with these sheer numbers of students in our district and the compounding impact their success has on the collective goals of our community, from either educational, employment, and economic perspectives, we all have a vested interest in the success of these programs and the students they educate. We're not only open to, but we are actively pursuing stronger connections with the vested stakeholders in our community, whether they be post-secondary education, training facilities, business and industry, or community organizations. A common theme among the Expect More committees was the need to better market our programs. Our CTE group felt the same, and we've been well received by local publications. In MCS, we held a tour of our specialized programs for business and community leaders last year, and what we found was a bit of an awareness gap. Their comments reflected not knowing that some of the programs existed and being impressed by their innovation, their rigor, and how transformative they were for students who described them as deeply meaningful. On the academy front, MCS currently has 7 career academies in operation, many of which operate as California Partnership Academies. The outcomes are captured in the following statewide data from academies operating under the Partnership Academy Network. 50% of the students are selected based on at-risk criteria, and the vast majority, 80 to 90+% of them, meet a high attendance and on-track criteria, credit criteria, and academies as a whole boast a 95% graduation rate compared to a statewide average of 85%, with significant gains for special subgroup populations. Last year, nearly half of our high school students took career tech courses. The top 5 industry sectors based on enrollment are listed on the slide. Ag and natural resources led the way, and some were surprised to hear that over 2,500 students, 18% of our total high school population, were enrolled in Ag or FFA, followed by the remaining industry sectors as shown on the slide. Whether they're career academies or pathways or other specialized programs, the common threads that run through these career tech programs are the integration of core academic content and applied learning, ROP, often taught by instructors who started their careers in industry, then came into education, so they bring that industry experience with them, teaching students directly, a community classroom component, employability skills and workplace expectations that are embedded into the curriculum. It is part of what they do in the class. A dual emphasis on not only technical skills, depending on the industries represented, but also soft skills. I'm proud to introduce to you today just 5 of our many outstanding career tech programs, each with a video, a student speaker, and a representative from business and industry. By way of introduction at the outset, for FFA, the industry speaker is Jake Wenger of Wood Colony Nut Company. For medical and health, Carla Mensonides, the healthcare career coordinator at Memorial Medical Center. For culinary arts, owner of Surla's Restaurant, John Surla. On behalf of robotics, Bill O'Brien, County Board of Supervisors and owner of O'Brien's Market. And for media technology, Dan Schloss of Echo Media Productions. Enjoy a look at some of the great things that are happening in Modesto City Schools.
Programming is telling the computer exactly what to do. It's interacting with the computer on a very basic level, so you can get very specific with what you want it to do. Outside of the classes, we have the FRC and FTC teams. Those are both competitions. They give us a challenge, and we have to build a robot to meet that challenge at the competitions.
I plan on going into software engineering, so programming has been interesting to me. That was the closest thing we had last year. It's nice to get a head start in high school as compared to just going in with no experience. I'm really happy that we have this program. It's easier than having to go somewhere else to learn everything. It's nice having it here.
Hi, my name is Blake Walk, and I'm from Beyer High School, and I am part of the Beyer Robotics program. The Beyer High School Robotics program has affected my life in numerous ways. Not only do we learn about robotics, we also grow together as a family and basically a fraternity. These friendships carry on beyond the team and past the competition, transcending social cliques and stereotypes that are all too common in high school. This team, beginning as an experiment, has grown into something important to the entire school, a source of pride for Beyer High School. One of the most rewarding aspects of my experience in robotics has been learning that failure truly is impossible. As Thomas Edison said, I've never experienced failure, I have just found 1,000 ways not to do something. This quote sums up what we go through at every club meeting and every competition. We learn through each other, we learn from our fantastic teacher coaches, and we learn basically through all our failures. The robotics program goes beyond the team itself. Our robotics program includes 2 classes and 2 teams. Our team began as one FTC, or First Technical Challenge team, 3 years ago, and has expanded ever since, which truly makes our robotics program a success story only after 3 years. This program has given some students a true passion for robotics and programming. For example, Addison Adams, a student on our team, decided to go to college and major in robotics as a result of our program. Before entering the program, Addison had no career goals or college goals whatsoever. He now attends MJC with hopes of transferring to He now attends MJC with hopes of transferring to a 4-year university, and numerous other students have been inspired and have followed robotics into their next steps of schooling. This program allows these students to be more ready for the advancement in education through their experiences and skills acquired in the program. Biorobotics has reached many students and has impacted me in so many ways. From gaining skills needed for college, like problem-based learning and effective communication, but also being able to apply these skills for a career. The whole program is a good investment for the students and profits into many valuable skills that will help them for the future. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here today. I know I have different titles throughout the community, but today I'm here as a parent. I've been asked to talk a little bit about the successes of the robotics program and how my son has done. My son is a senior at Beyer High School and got involved in the robotics program here. And you saw the little robot out front, and let me tell you how impressed I have been with this robotics program. It takes a team of kids, different backgrounds, different strengths, different weaknesses, to come together on the robotics program. And that robot out there, they designed and built, and entered into a competition where they were teamed up with 2 other schools that they've never met, and their robots played 3-on-3 basketball with 3 other schools. Talking defense, picking up the ball, shooting it into nets. Talk about impressed. Very impressive to see that, hey, come out of our local schools, just incredible. Went to a competition down in Madeira, and my son was selected out of, I think, 2 kids out of nearly 1,000 kids. And he got a trip back to St. Louis, where he was recognized as one of 114 kids nationwide. It's called the Dean's List of the first robotics competition, FRC. We went into the stadium there in St. Louis, and I was absolutely impressed. Teams sponsored by NASA, by Boeing, seeing recruitment there like you wouldn't believe. Now, I might have a different perspective of ROP. My son has had a very successful time in school. He's being recruited by some of the top colleges right now. And so I think of a different perspective. So why ROP, and why was it so good for him, and why as a parent am I encouraging him to continue? He's always been good in science and math, but really didn't know exactly what his major was going to be. And robotics has shown him. He's narrowed down his field, he's gotten into what he likes to do, and has a path. Now, how do we tie that back to business here in Modesto? And I think there's a couple things. One, you have the careers in manufacturing that I think SPY hopefully will talk about today. We need the kids who may not have a college path, and there's nothing wrong with that. But get them tied into this program with a business locally and get them a living wage job. They're talented youth. The other thing is for businesses to see the students who go off to college and create those jobs and recruit them to come back to town. That's one of my biggest fears is my son's going to move off because there's nothing here for him of what he needs to do. And I think we need to celebrate the successes that we have. We have successful children coming out of school. And sometimes we just seem to focus on some of the negative, the dropout rate or something like that. But focus on the success stories that we have. I'm a huge supporter of our local schools. I'm a proud Davis graduate, but I found myself even prouder Beyer parent. MCS has done a wonderful job, great school district, and we just need to continue to celebrate our success stories. Thank you very much.
My name's Seth Lemons.
And my name's Victor Magallon,
We're from Thomas Downey Mechanics.
and we're ready to work.
We're trained and we're ready to work.
I'm Michaela Scully, and I'm in the Enox VET program, and I'm ready to work.
I'm Marina Nishida, and I'm in the Enox FFA program, and I'm ready to work.
In closing, Modesto City Schools is proud of our programs and our students who take part in them. Like the students, we stand ready to work to strengthen and deepen our connections with business, industry, and post-secondary institution. Thank you for this opportunity to extend an open invitation for partnership.